Our soul's purpose and path. This is one of the most important conversations that we can be having because truly it excludes no one. Every single soul here on earth has a divine purpose, a divine path, a divine destiny in which our souls came here to fulfill. This excludes no one. And yet, as humans, we spend so long trying to find this, discover this, uncover this, realize this, remember this. And so today I'm going to be reading a channeled message to help this illuminate from within for you. And contrary to what I believe we have been hypnotized with, is that this isn't a singular thing. This isn't a thing that we search out and find. This isn't even a thing in which we necessarily do. This is an emanation in which we become, and there may perhaps be multiple iterations of this in which we live and embody, and depending on what we do, based off of who we remember ourselves to be. And this channel message is really special and really near and dear to my heart because I get it, and I have seen, as they are going to talk about, that while we don't want to fail in finding our way to things and finding solutions, oftentimes failure is the way to finding solutions. Failure is the catalyst that gets us to where we want to go. And so for any of, the people out there who love to live into perfection, which is a trauma response, and like things to be a certain way, and like to get things right, and like to have things all lined up, like perhaps a Virgo rising like yourself does, or rather myself, and it's not going to necessarily, it's actually holding us back. It's actually holding us back. So when we actually just allow ourselves to fail, allow ourselves to move forward, or rather when we allow ourselves to fail, we allow ourselves to move forward, because when we find what doesn't work, we find what does. We have found one path that doesn't work, and so that will lead us to a path that does, right? And so failure, it's really beautiful how a lot of these terms in which they illuminate as well, a lot of these terms in which we hear all of the time, they lose their meaning because we hear them so much, but there is so much truth to these. So the invitation here is to really receive the truth within all of these really simple meanings that we know and sayings that we know and have heard, and begin to embody them on a deeper level. And so with that, I just invite you to take the next few moments for yourself to really receive this message, setting your intention that it get you to that next step, to where you desire to go. And with that, just taking a big deep breath in. And with that, let us dive in. When you sink into your heart, you feel the sense of your truth, that nothing can alter your plan. There is a deep, vast, loving, all-encompassing guidance system, keeping all in balance and all in check. And so to worry about humanly things is indeed the hypnosis that has been cast upon you all. And so to not feel bad or sad or regretful in any way, but rather to simply allow your eyes to now fully open and witness the reality that truly is. The reality and perspective where you are working in tandem with your soul and source, where there is no force or source outside of you that could alter your divine plan. And while sure, there may be redirections, obstacles, and opportunities along the way, but nothing could obstruct you for what is meant for you. Now, because many of you have heard these phrases such as, what is meant for you can't miss you, they've lost some of their power and punch. They've lost their validity in which they are perceived and received. So let us begin to strip away the projections upon these phrases to remind you on a deep cellular level that you are divinely coded for what you came here to create. Your body, your circuitry, and your path are all divinely set up in a way to facilitate in your soul's chosen mission. Now, here is the distinction, an important difference. And now, here is the distinction that is important to differentiate in this process. What the ego self thinks and wants might be different than what the soul desires. And so when you hear what is meant for you can't miss you, this may not be what your human and ego self alone want and desire. And so if things you perceive you may want do miss you, it is only because it is making space for that which your soul desires. For what your soul and source are orchestrating for you. And to get in touch with these deeper soul desires, now this is the ultimate journey in this human life experience. Because for many, it will grow, change, evolve, and expand. You're not here to do one singular thing, but to learn, become, and evolve into the multitude of your multidimensionality, doing things, being different ways, and creating in each iteration of this path. The key here is to be moving closer and closer to your soul's truth. And how do you learn soul truth? Usually, it's from experiencing what is not soul truth. So do not worry about messing up, failing, or getting it wrong, for these are some of the greatest, fastest, and even aligned ways to discover what is in alignment. Polarity is not something to fear, but something to honor, trust, and embrace. For in your polarity, you find alignment, you find truth, and you find and begin to recognize soul truth. And this is the ultimate gift. To move closer and closer to soul truth, soul path, and soul alignment, and soul destiny, which will often come in ways of doing and experiencing that which is not soul path, soul alignment, and soul destiny. So simply follow. Follow and follow the signs, synchronicities, and nudges from your soul. It may not make sense. And if it appears to your human self to not make sense, continue to follow the divine guidance. Follow, follow, follow. And in this, you unlock your soul path, soul alignment, and soul destiny. And so breathing this in as you are remembering your soul's truth. And so it shall be. And so it is. And if you want further guidance and support in communicating with your guides and remembering your soul destiny, join us in the miracle frequency. The link will be below. We have a powerful meditation to connect you to deeper layers and aspects of your soul, to interpret your guidance from your guides, from your soul, from the universe, so that you can see these signs and signals and synchronicities that are truly flooded in your experience. We just have to begin to tune our eye to them. So I invite you to join us. And with that, I'm just sending you all so much love and light.